Ohio State enters the 26th season as one of the favorites to win the national championship, but even elite teams have some vulnerabilities, and I'm going to take a look at maybe why Ohio State could fall short, and we'll talk about maybe some of their strengths. But they've not, despite all their talent, gotten over the top. As we know, Indiana's been more impressive, at least last year, and certainly consistently over the last 2 years. But Ohio State's been good. Let's start with replacing championship caliber leadership. They've sent a tremendous amount of talent over to the NFL the past 5 seasons. Replacing veteran leaders at a number of positions is never easy. Who emerges as the emotional leader? Can the new starters perform at the championship level immediately? Will young players handle the pressure of being the hunted rather than the hunter? Talent's not going to be an issue. That is not going to be a deterrent to why they're going to compete for a national championship. It's going to be one of those things. That and the weight of expectations. National championship or disappointment. Hey, Indiana won it last year. Why can't you win it? You're Ohio State. Look, every opponent still circles Ohio State on the schedule. We're going to see Indiana start to face that a little bit more too, but Ohio State sees it all the time. They're going to give Ohio State their best shot. They're going to view the game as a measuring stick. So championship contenders often lose games because they press under the burden of expectations, especially in hostile role environments. How are they going to handle that? Goes back to the leadership. The Big Ten has become more difficult. It's deeper. It's not as deep at the SEC top to bottom, but it's getting more championship caliber contenders. We know that Ohio State and Michigan has been that. We know Oregon, despite the fact that they've fallen short, has definitely championship level talent. Penn State's going to have better coaching and be in a position to be a factor. USC is a type of team offensively that could give Ohio State trouble, even though I don't trust their defense. So there's not as many opportunities to recover from a poor performance. In the past, you've seen in the Big Ten where you can play poorly, and Ohio State did, and still beat an Illinois, still beat a Northwestern, still beat a Michigan State, even still beat an Iowa or an Illinois. They found a way to win. Wasn't real impressive when you studied the tape, but they won. Now, if that happens against one of the aforementioned teams, or let's say you get beat up in one of those games and you lose some guys, then maybe it's tougher to beat an Iowa, an Illinois, and we've seen that happen a little bit. So those are some reasons that I think that Ohio State could falter. And I think the pressure is going to mount and continue to mount because winning the national championship or it's a disappointing year, it's tough. I mean, that leaves no margin for error at any point. And look, they've had really good seasons, just haven't got it done in the playoffs. Now, let's talk about why they could have a huge season. Jeremiah Smith may be the best player in college football. The size, the speed, the NFL level route running ability. He can change a game. So you're playing poorly, you're struggling, he can find a way to change a game for you. So having the most dangerous offensive weapon can erase a lot of mistakes. Ryan Day, for all the criticism he gets and maybe falling short in playoff caliber moments, he's got a championship level roster machine. Consistent program recruits at an NFL level. He develops NFL talent. He produces top offenses, so he knows what he wants in his offense, and it's about getting guys that can run it well. Competes for conference championship every year. They rarely take a step backward. They don't have bad seasons. It's just win championships or it's a disappointment, but they're always good. And then I just look at the overall talent and depth across the entire roster. Skilled players, defensive athletes, outstanding offensive line and depth, elite recruiting classes stacked one on top of the other. If you're just looking at the best roster in college football, I think Columbus, Ohio is where it's at. How does that translate in terms of championships? We'll see. Look, I mean, you look at their schedule and it's challenging, but anything short of 10-2 would be a disappointment. It's more likely that they're going to go 12-0, 10-1, and it's what they're going to do in the playoffs. it's a different world now. So their ceiling is 15-0 in the national championship. So, look, I think that we'd be fooling ourselves to think that this is not one of the premier favorites. But again, can they do it? They have all the talent to do it. And it's not going to be talent. It's going to be about leaders stepping up. It's about playing well under pressure, particularly on the road, even in home environment sometimes. But they even have some answers there. Quarterback play, receiver play can get you out of a lot of problems and can flip a game around. So should be a great year in Columbus. But those are the reasons why there could be a disappointment. Hope you enjoy what we're doing here. Hit that subscribe button to help us grow and keep this podcast free. We appreciate you joining us. See you over at LandryFootball.com. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll talk to you again next time, everybody.